Sports pregame show, presented by Sprite.
Hey everybody, welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland comes into this one following a loss to the Mavericks. They suffered a blowout loss, trying to leave that one in the rear view and focus on the game at hand. You hear a lot of talk, Shaq, about rookies hitting the wall. Think back now to your rookie season. Did you hit a rookie wall?
No, Ernie, on the court I was fine, but the travel does start to grind on you, especially the back-to-backs and traveling from East to West Coast. But on the court, I was what I am today. Superman!
Have you hit the TV wall at all?
Never, Ernie.
You never get tired of appearing on TV or
Never,
watching
Ernie.
games?
Never, Ernie.
You've never hit the wall?
No, Ernie.
Wow, that's impressive. Thank you for tuning in. For Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. We'll see you next time.
And now for your San Antonio Spurs! A 6'11" center from Brazil, number 22, Thiago Splitter. A 6'6" guard from Argentina, Manu Ginobili. A 6'7" forward from San Diego State, number 2, Kawhi Leonard. A 6'2" guard from France, number 9, Tony Parker. The 6'11" forward from Wake Forest, number 21, Tim Duncan. Your head coach is Greg Popovich.
K Sports presents Thursday night in the NBA. Joining me in the booth, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And this is Kevin Harlan. The Cleveland Cavaliers come into this one following a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
But Kevin, I kept waiting for them to get back into that game. It seemed like they were capable of it, but it just never happened.
Well, I didn't see it, Steve. I mean, you had much more faith in them than I did. I didn't think they were showing any signs of life. We were watching the same thing, but perceiving it differently.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland, the two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. Amon Shumpert is out there with Irving, and it's Varejao in at the center position.
Kyrie Irving 3 seasons ago was the only rookie in NBA history to shoot as well as he did from the three-pointers, the field, and the free throw line. There's no question about it. He is an elite shooter.
Duncan goes up with it again. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
It's LeBron with the drive. Outside Irving. Back to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Here's Irving. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 points so far.
And Irving, super skilled, one of the league's best shooters, and you'd make a strong case for being the league's most elusive ball handler as well. Seems to get by his man pretty much at will.
Now here's Ginobili. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Toronto. Count the bucket. Ginobili's got his first points of the night.
You know, something we're seeing less and less of these days, that little finger roll.
And Irving super quick with the ball in his hands. And when he gets to the basket, a master using spin and English to convert.
And Kevin, you know, the story is that growing up, the hoop in his yard had a big part of the backboard broken off on the right side, so he had to learn that spin in English in order to bank it in.
I like that story.
Necessity is the mother of creation.
Duncan with the bucket.
But you got to love his determination on the glass, coming out of the gate strong.
For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. James kicks to Irving. Fires from deep. A rebound by the Spurs. Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Ginobili dishes to Parker. Feeds it to Duncan. And he gets it to go. Duncan's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
LeBron against Leonard. James kicks to Shumpert. The kick out to Irving. Shoots from the corner, and that one's good. Irving's got 7 points in the game. Now here's Parker. 17 points for him last game against Toronto.
And what an extraordinary display of passing in that game, too, Kevin. He was making all the right decisions offensively.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and the dunk by James.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
Here's Parker, following the basket by LeBron James. Parker passes to Duncan. Back to Parker. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Tony could well be the best point guard penetrator in the game. I mean, he's great at finding the seam and getting the ball up and off glass before the shot blocker can recover. And once the ball hits the glass and comes off, it's a no-touch zone for the defender.
And Parker with the quickness to win that race to the rim, and then his great touch, able to use English or, just the spin on the ball to drop it in. Even when the defense gets there early, it seems like Parker's able to use that teardrop.
Boris Diaz checked in for the Spurs. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And then for Cleveland, Thompson, he's checked in for Varejao. Marion comes in for Kevin Love. And Smith subbed in for James. And for Parker now coming into his 30s, the question, how will his game, so based on speed, Clark, and elusiveness, how will it age?
Well, I think that's a fair question. His game is not as much athleticism as it is those attributes of speed and quickness and elusiveness. I think the elusiveness can hang around for a while. The speed will go. But the fact he's improved as a jump shooter, I think will continue to allow him to be pretty good at getting to the rim. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Irving against Parker. Out to Shumpert. Leonard with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Leonard's got the ball.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And now that they have the lead, they might even want to get more aggressive defensively. Really attack, try to come up with more steals.
Irving for 3. Good. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
Off to a really solid start. He's knocked down 4 of his first 5 shots.
And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
I asked him if there was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about, and he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up, because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
All right, Doris, thanks. There's the bucket. Good. And here is Parker, averaging 14 points a game. Dishes to Leonard. To the inside, doubled by Smith. Splitter, that's good.
Well, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Green with a screen for Parker. Passes it to Diaw. Parker outside. Elbow shot. Splitter kicks to Diaw. And another shot. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Both teams will make substitutions. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
At the line for one.
And the free throw, no good. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Now, you let a guy sneak by for a putback. That's going to drive a coach crazy.
The Spurs shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here.
Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77% collectively.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Smith for three. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. It's the end of the first with a tie game here, and already these offenses, Clark, are clicking. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Coming up next Tuesday, March 17th, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks. Be there.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that, it can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
And here's Mills on the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. LeBron James is out there with Mike Miller. Then there's J.R. Smith. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Dellavedova in at the point. Here's Mills. Duncan with the bucket. Tim Duncan, Clark, one of the premier post practitioners in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a handful. Long, crafty, skilled. Can finish with either hand. I mean, he's got just about every shot that you need to be effective down there.
Here's Smith following the basket by Tim Duncan. Smith dishes to James. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 6 points for LeBron.
He's so reliable. And, you know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team. And Duncan evolving his game along with the Spurs offense. Now, as often as you see him posting up, he'll get his shots from pick and roll action or off quick cuts to the rim. He's got that kind of versatility.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Here's James. Duncan with some nice D.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
And that one's good. Green's got the lead up to 2 now for the Spurs.
The lead changes hands once again. There has been no separation between these two teams tonight.
What an intriguing basketball game, that's for sure.
Here's Dellavedova. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Duncan against James from the wing, and he gets it to go. LeBron's got it all tied up now for the Cavs.
Well, you just marvel at the versatility of Duncan. You know, he's able to play center, but can play next to another center and splitter and steal space the floor with that reliable face-up jumper. Boy, quite a luxury for the Spurs, not just in his skill set, but his character and leadership is Hall of Fame caliber too.
The shot by Bellinelli. No good. The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Got a piece of it. Here's Mills, covered by Smith. Out to Duncan. Outside, Green. Back to Duncan. 6 to shoot. There's the pass to Mills. A 3-ball. And James pulls it down. Cavaliers shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burton. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, Coach Greg Popovich, the reigning Coach of the Year, a big part of his approach is empowering players. He says, quote, it's a player's game, and they've got to take charge. Rather than try to manipulate them, he said, it's a great feeling when players get together and do things as a group. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris.
You know, giving his players room to lead and allowing them to take ownership, I think that's part of the genius of Popovich.
Now Ginobili, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Screen by Duncan. Diaw with it, guarded now by Kevin Love. Diaw, the pass to Joseph. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, so smart, a former foreign intelligence officer during the Cold War. If he's tight-lipped with the media, maybe that's the reason why.
Now here's Joseph, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Ginobili kicks to Diaw. Pass to Joseph. To the wing on the left. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Leonard, no luck. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. James dishes to Irving, pulls it up. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Ginobili the pass to Joseph. Back to Ginobili. Diaw, the screen. Outside Leonard. With the teardrop, the rebound by Kevin Love. They've got the opportunity to get the lead back.
No, Kevin, they've been waiting for this chance. They've got to take advantage. Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, it looked like a mismatch to me.
Now here's Joseph. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. To stop the drought, Leonard kicks to Splitter. Here's Joseph. Sinks the 15-footer.
Mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
The Cavaliers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6.
Kawhi Leonard has been talked about and mentioned as the future of this San Antonio Spurs team. 23 years old is all he is, and already a great defender and a much improved shooter from his days at San Diego State.
Now, here is Irving. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
San Antonio's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Joseph. Soft touch off the glass. Joseph's got the game tied up here for San Antonio. And for Kawhi Leonard, we know about his defense, but you think, Steve, he can become a go-to offensive player?
Well, he's going to need to, Kevin, when Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan move on. This is going to be Kawhi Leonard's team. And I thought what was interesting was the Spurs gave him more of a burden last year offensively. They started to give him more and more looks isolation-wise down on the block. And he's developed at a beautiful rate. He's coming into his own.
Parker's checked in for Joseph. Diaw dishes to Ginobili. Leonard on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. And now a 3-point Spurs lead. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Verjao with a screen on Parker. Again, Irving missing.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
It's Parker with the drive. It's blocked. Irving with it, with 4 seconds on the clock. Here's Verjao, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Spurs out in front, leading by a point. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tim, in looking at that first half, what sort of adjustments are necessary as you guys prepare to take the floor after the break?
Just refocus of energy at halftime, come out a little more focused and understanding what we got to do to finish this game.
Tim, we appreciate the time as always. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And all of a sudden tonight, he's become their big assist man. And his passing was the key to their offense in that first half. Not something you always see.
And that's not a role he usually plays, and one I'm not sure he's comfortable in, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and to his credit, he's done it.
San Antonio leading. Leonard and Duncan are the pair at forward. In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. And it's Splitter in at the 5. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Duncan with the bucket.
Didn't that one play out smoothly?
Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Irving kicks to James. And it's off from three-point range. Spurs leading by 3.
Well, it's funny, back when LeBron joined the Heat, some critics said he'd given up the chance to be the franchise player and carry his team. But guess what? No matter who LeBron plays with, he's always the franchise player. That's how good he is.
Duncan misses. The Cavaliers shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Here's Irving. And that one hits back iron.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, LeBron James joining a younger team with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He said, "We're not ready right now. It will be a long process. My goal is still to win as many titles as possible, but what's most important for me is bringing one trophy back to Northeast Ohio. Our city hasn't had that feeling in a long, long time." Kevin, what a worthy goal.
Cleveland's last pro championship back in 1964, Doris. Thanks.
Well, that's one way to get your second half started on the right foot. An easy layup against some soft defense.
Ginobili outside. He dishes it to Duncan. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Duncan's got the lead back up to 3 now for the Spurs. Irving double team. And here's Love for 3. There's the bucket. Good. Love's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like he can, what a huge bonus that is.
Parker kicks to Leonard. There's the feed to Duncan. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on LeBron James.
Well, Tim Duncan, when asked about his retirement plans right after the 2013 finals, refused to dignify the question with the response. But last season's Spurs run answered loudly enough.
And for Duncan and the Spurs, year after year, people write him off and Steve, they keep proving them wrong.
It's incredible. I mean, I think I wrote them off 4 years ago, and here they are continuing to just be an elite team in the NBA. And Duncan, one of the big reasons for it. He seems to get better and better, and he loves the game. He continues to stay in great shape and compete. Who knows how long he'll go.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. That's Mills in for Parker. Mills passes to Green. Kicks to Splitter. Outside, Green. Spurs working the ball around now. 5 to shoot. Shoots from 12. The shot misses. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Last time they met in Cleveland.
I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all around.
Yeah, I don't see any reason they won't be able to rebound from it pretty quickly, though. I mean, this team throughout the season has shown itself to be pretty resilient.
Here's Mills, looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Duncan, and that one's drained from the low block. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Dellavedova kicks to LeBron. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. And that's now 11 points for LeBron.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, the Spurs, because of their way of conducting business and their low-key personality, have never really been ratings darlings for the NBA, despite being considered and respected as a model franchise in the league. The team's color of silver and black, I think, fits their style. It's not really flashy or gaudy, but it does point out their business-like approach, how precise they play and how much they win.
And here's Duncan after LeBron James hitting the three. And it's good. And that's 18 points for Duncan.
He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
And the dunk by LeBron.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, you got that right, Kevin. He's such a reliable finisher. And you look at the Spurs' lack of branding, if you will. It starts from the top down, from Coach Popovich to Tim Duncan. They don't court media attention. They're close to the vest. All business, all about winning.
Irving for 3. Rebound, San Antonio. 1:20 left in the third quarter. Now Bellinelli. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Duncan with the screen on Smith. The drive by Green. Here's Mills. He's covered by Irving. Rejected by Irving. James against Green. Irving for 3. And that is good. Irving's got it all tied up now for the Cavs. And the Spurs look for a certain kind of player, Clark. I know you're interested in this. The players they get are uninterested in the spotlight. Pop calls them guys that have gotten over themselves.
That's a great way to phrase it, because they're others-focused and not self-focused. And that's something that really lends itself well in a culture which glamorizes the I and not the group. And you can see it in the Spurs. They are all about business, and all of the extra stuff is not what appeals to them. They're interested in winning and having fun and enjoying each other, and that's why they're a championship organization and team.
That's a good blueprint.
Yes, it is.
LeBron with the block. Irving drives in, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
So both teams making some changes here. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Well, you look at the numbers on the season, he's shooting 86% from the free throw line.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
Parker dishes to Joseph. And the wide open shot from Green. Had the space there, but it's offline.
Most of the time, that shot will go down, or the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Cavaliers lead by 2. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
The NBA regular. The Milwaukee Bucks go up against Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans next Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Well, tremendous point guard play, but that's nothing new coming from him. This is what you expect, the gorgeous feed there.
The second verse is dedicated to the man.
Cavaliers leading, and so in the game for the Cavaliers, Marion is out there with Anderson Varejao. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Mike Miller, and it's Shumpert in at the 2-guard spot.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. It's lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
San Antonio on defense. Irving. It's on target from the high post. Irving's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Cavs. And San Antonio shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Parker drives in. Ginobili kicks to Parker. Shoots the 3. That's good.
It's too dangerous a shooter to leave alone behind the arc.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. It's a one-point game. Irving against Parker. Pulls from the top of the key. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Thiago Splitter. That's his first foul. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
The other thing that's been huge for them is their points in the paint. They're getting the ball inside and converting on a regular basis. Anderson Varejao, a quality defensive center. Great rebounder, moves his feet well, anticipates, plays with a ton of energy, and he's one of those irritants. He gets under a lot of guys' skin.
And Varejao coming in to the league primarily as a defensive energy guy, but he's expanded his offensive skill set and has made great improvement as a passer. From his rookie season to now, he's more than doubled his rate of assists.
Duncan, he's checked in for the Spurs. He hits the second from the line. And Varejao, a good decision-maker, Steve, for a center. A 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio last year.
And he had a terrific season as a two-point jump shooter. You know, able to spread the defense out a little bit and operate from the high post.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Irving against Parker. He feeds it to Duncan. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Duncan's got 14 points now in the second half.
Boy, bad timing. Now is not the time to be giving him that shot.
Here's Irving. Blocked. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Ginobili kicks to Leonard. Irving against Duncan. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Leonard, no luck.
Yeah, again, iffy shot selection there. Defender draped all over him.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on him.
LeBron's checked in for Miller. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Well, it was only recently that the Cavs fans were worried that they'd lose Kyrie Irving in free agency, much like they'd lost LeBron. Now, not only has LeBron returned, but the Cavs have locked up Irving to a long-term contract.
And remember last season, a fan who ran out in the court was wearing a shirt saying, "Kyrie, don't go." The fans were definitely, Clark, getting nervous.
And what a terrific turnaround for this franchise. I mean, last season struggling with chemistry concerns. Help has now arrived in a big way, and the mood around this city and the team has taken a complete 180.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Parker outside. Ginobili gets a wide open look, and it's good in the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 5th assist in this one. Irving attacking. High post try. And Splitter pulls it down. Splitter's got 4 rebounds in this game. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Tony Parker.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
Irving. And that one's on target from the wing. Irving's got 31 points.
And this game has really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Here's Parker. And another basket for San Antonio.
Well, those are key baskets, and we know he can deliver down the stretch.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Irving attacking. Stolen by Ginobili. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And good on the basket. Book it.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Duncan with the screen for Parker. Leonard the pass to Splitter. Makes it off the glass.
This has been a different kind of game here in the second half. I thought both clubs a little slow in the first.
No question, but they're really going at it now.
Timeout called, Cleveland. And the Cavaliers with possession here. They lead by 4. Irving against Parker. LeBron dishes to Irving. LeBron kicks to Shumpert. Those 3 pointers off the mark. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 6 assists here tonight. Cavaliers have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Here's LeBron. And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
He does not mess around when he gets close to the hoop. And how big are those points?
Parker outside. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. It's Ginobili outside. That's blocked. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. It's hauled in by Duncan.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done. Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. The score is knotted at 66. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 55 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's James. Spinning free is Duncan. It's in!
Boy, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
This is a huge possession.
You've got to execute under pressure. We're going to see what they're made of.
Now Cleveland moving it up. On up the court. Rips it down. And the foul. That one on Parker.
Huge points.
That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket. Desperately.
Great and one play right there. Tacks another point onto the lead. And I'll tell you what, guys, he's really showing us a killer instinct.
shoots the three. Count it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
Now, here is Irving. Love.
Still a chance, but they've got to score here.
Yeah, every possession is necessary.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 12 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
And a chance here to send it into overtime.
Need a 3.
Oh, he knocks it in. A beautiful buzzer beater.
Just in time.
He knocks down the 3 to extend the game. Wow.
Talk about a clutch shot, guys. I mean, he showed no fear or hesitation at all, hoisting up that 3, and now it's headed to OT.
We've got overtime action now, folks. Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke on our sideline, and this is Kevin Harlan. So Cleveland will get the first possession. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for San Antonio. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Parker in at the 1. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Tim Duncan. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. Even in overtime, they're still willing to shake things up. Certainly a bold move at this point in the game, Kevin.
All right, Doris. The shot's good from Irving.
He's playing with an edge here, playing extremely well offensively here in the second half.
San Antonio calls timeout. As we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. Good on that shot. And with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Tony Parker. Irving passes to Love. Back to Irving. Love with the screen on Parker. Here's LeBron. Rebounded by the Spurs. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Parker dishes to Duncan. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go Clark right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Now here's LeBron. Lock at 6. Leonard with the steal. Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one. Double team on Parker. Back to Duncan. Connects! A huge shot to tie it up.
Whoa, Nelly. Listen to that.
That shot eliciting a roar from this gigantic crowd.
That was huge, guys. Absolutely huge.
Now here's LeBron. Yes! And the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
That's a huge shot.
And that put a hush over the crowd.
Yeah, the volume's been turned down in this building in a big hurry.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. He has 20 points and 2 rejections. This game is all about him right now.
He is in full domination mode, guys.
Duncan kicks to Parker. Up top, Leonard. Covered by LeBron. It's good. This game is all even. Cleveland's gotten off to a flawless start from three-point land in overtime. They've hit all 3 of their attempts from beyond the arc.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're down by 2. There's 25 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. We're in OT here with just over 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Leonard. He nails it, and we're tied up.
His shooting has been good, but overall, I think his output has been somewhat limited. The defense really keeping him from getting the number of shots he'd like.
Leonard against James. On its way from Irving for 2. It falls!
Big bucket. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. No open 3.
Parker with it. Outside Leonard. Puts it up. Good! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot. And what an exciting game here with 3 minutes played so far in overtime. Another tie, and we're going to have a second overtime. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And another overtime is in store for us. This one has been extremely tight. Great action all game long. We'll see now if fatigue, guys, plays a factor. That's the question. And here are the Cavaliers now. Irving against Parker. And that's good. Kyrie Irving for 3. Irving's got 53.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Shot from 16. Another one falls for San Antonio.
You know, offensively, his quarter has been perfect. Not a single missed shot. They got to keep riding it.
The drive by LeBron. He kicks it to Irving. Irving double team. Inside. Shumpert passes to Irving. And the Cavaliers get another bucket right there.
And Kevin, that's a really sweet stroke from Irving there.
Here is Parker. Outside Leonard. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Leonard again missing.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there. Not yet anyway.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
Splitter dishes to Green. Parker outside, down to 5 on the shot clock.
What a game for Tony Parker. He's got 21 points and just an amazing performance from downtown.
He is raining down the threes, guys. You know how much I love to see this.
At the line for your Spurs, Tony Parker. At the line for 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green. He's able to hit the second one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
They're still right in this thing, but missing the free throw keeps them in a 2-possession deficit.
James kicks to Love, and that one is hammered home. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
Here's Duncan, the turnaround jumper. Duncan's got 8 here in the quarter.
Really good execution there, guys. They saw the mismatch, and they went right at it.
Timely bucket. Couldn't have been a better opportunity.
Out to Shumpert. Now Love inside. It's stolen by Duncan. Ginobili against Irving. Duncan left side. Back to Ginobili for 3. Good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
James outside. From downtown. Frames it from downtown.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
The dish now to Duncan. And he can't bank that one in. The drive by...
Oh! Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Well, that just adds to what's probably an already insurmountable lead. I think they'll be walking out of here with a pretty easy victory.
Steve, I think that's a given.
Parker outside. Good D by Irving.
Well-contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's off as well, so he misses both. Here comes Ginobili. Takes the 3. It's good from beyond the arc. So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers, pulling it out. Clark, a double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
Yeah, exactly, but I tell you what, they showed me the heart of a champion here in this one.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Kevin Love, and Kevin, a very big effort to come away with this game. What does it mean to the resiliency of this team to pull out a win like this?
We're just giving ourselves a chance to win. So, I mean, we're really just grinding it out as much as we possibly can, and we're getting better every day. So, we're happy we got this win. I got to give it all to my teammates and my coaches.
Hard work pays off, Kevin. Great job. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.